Not a usual intro song for a podcast episode, but the ladies from TLC, Chili and T-Boz, Tian, will be on here in just a couple of minutes on today's episode to talk about the upcoming, well, just to talk a little bit and catch up because they're coming to town next week for a Promenade Pavilion show downtown August 22nd. On the water. Tickets are still available. I don't know how many of them and how many are available with the reserved seating, but if you want to text Scrub to our text number, 419-240-1055. I'll send you a link so you can get directly to buying those seats and might have last-minute tickets to give away. We were promised by Hunter and the team at HB Concerts that we were going to have a higher, better caliber of shows, and I was just honed in on what the pop, hip-hop, R&B, the genres of music that we like, that I like, what they were going to bring for that. And I would say TLC is a pretty darn good, all things considered, get an A+. I'm super excited for the show. So let's dive into a couple of minutes now with the ladies of TLC. I have to start with a quick story to you ladies, which I think will be pretty memorable. I do know TLC's biggest fan ever. He is one of my closest friends, Floyd. He's also a drag queen here, pretty popular. And he went up to the Shaggy show up north of Detroit last summer in June. And you might remember because there were some wicked storms that rolled through. And he loved you guys even more because after all the lights went out, you guys kept going. Do you remember that?
I remember that show, because I was out there singing "Baby, Baby, Baby." Yeah, I remember that.
And that was our tour with Shaggy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I remember watching those storms down here in Toledo and thinking, I hope my friends that went up there who were so excited for this are going to be okay. And then Floyd came back down and he'll be at your show. You will notice Floyd next week. He won't be in his drag, I can assure you that, but there will be no bigger fan of you ladies than Floyd. With that,
cool.
With that, let me just, I'll go Chili and then Tian. Chili, what was your most memorable, in a good way, experience so far as a performer?
I have to say it's just the energy that, we get. I mean, I can speak for Tian too on this, but, I just love the energy that we get from our fans because we're already super hyped, right before a show anyways. And so, when they're crazy hype, it's like, it's just like the energy is wild. That's my favorite part.
Any specific venue or place on earth where you perform that will just like always be in your heart?
For me,
Lord.
This is Tian, Madison Square Garden when Prince came out on stage.
Oh, wow.
That'll be forever my go-to.
Along the lines of like career achievements and stuff and everything that you accomplished, Grammys, millions of albums and streams, Chili, is there one accomplishment or one box you still want to check before decades down the road the career is all over? Is there anything else you want to grab onto?
Yes, I would love if we could do a tour with Spice Girls.
Oh my. Tian?
Yeah.
I want lunchboxes, pencils, back to school stuff. I want more paraphernalia of TLC everywhere, TLC cartoon, comic books, coloring books, all of it. I want it all.
I love that. I love that so much. You mentioned the lunchbox things and 90s. Is it wild going back to like the beginning of your careers and what was going on in the 90s? I mean, nostalgia is always a big win. Is it wild to see styles and fashions from when you guys got going back now, like on Gen Z and kids younger than that?
Are you asking?
Is it weird to see the fashion that we all grew up with back around again with younger kids these days? Like everything's big and baggy now.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not because fashion always. This is Tian. Fashion always does has a way of coming back.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that it's back. Actually, I love it because I'm still rocking baggy anyway, so it works for me.
I always joke when I see kids who have like idolized Billie Eilish and stuff. I'm like, the only thing that's missing from you looking like my mom is the shoulder pads she wore in the 90s fashion.
Right. I'm not wearing shoulder pads, though. I love it.
I think that was more the 80s.
80s? Well, my mom was never fashionable. She dragged that stuff into the 90s.
You are so funny. She's going to get you. And you know what? I would look like a linebacker because I already got broad shoulders, so I don't need no help in that area, honey.
Chili and then Tian. Chili.
Chili. She laughed real hard on that one, didn't she?
You guys have done like thousands, if not tens of thousands of these interviews and engagements, whether it's TV and now it's podcast and everything else. Chili, what's one question you would actually like to be asked that people might overlook when it comes to interviews?
Probably more about my faith.
Tian?
Me, I think I would like to be asked more what TLC would like to be remembered for.
Answer your own question. What would you like TLC to be remembered for, Tian?
But we get asked
changing lives.
Yeah.
Changing lives and making a difference in the world.
In that regard, Chili, what's a way that you have changed the world, whether it's been with fans or in the community where you live or you've touched? What's something that's close to your heart in that regard?
Well, I definitely think that we have educated a nice, a ton, I would have to say ton because it's been like 2 decades, of girls and guys, you know, as far as what a scrub is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that, you know, not only do we have songs that you can jam to, but, I mean, because of the lyrical content, you know, you can really take something away from our songs and apply it to your life in a positive way. And I think that is probably one of the main reasons that we're blessed to have longevity.
Tian, how do you think you guys have touched people like socially or civically or made them better people?
Lyrical content I know has really worked. And for me personally, just writing Unpretty and having that personal situation resonate with the world, I never knew people would relate the way that they did. And still to this day, the lyrics are strong.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple of decades, you know what I mean? So, you know, when you have people come up to you saying that you changed their life, like, and stopped them from committing suicide and stuff like that, it can't get no deeper than that.
If I could ask you about that album and the order of those songs. So No Scrubs, like, changed society. It was inescapable to this day. Like you talked about how everybody of every age knows what a scrub is. The single after that was Unpretty, which was also a big hit. Is there ever a time where you think it gets overlooked a little bit because of how big No Scrubs was?
No. I think they had their own place for each subject matter. Mm-hmm. Scrubs did what it did in the world, and it was needed, and I think Unpretty still does what it needs to for those it helps. You know what I mean? So I think they both got their shine.
Excellent.
They both went number one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Chili, what would you tell your younger self as a caution or some advice, your younger self that you've learned in the industry doing this so long?
Oh, Lord. Well, some stuff I can't tell you, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
But I would say to my younger self, just because for me, I was just always probably a little naive when it came to, just because, I know I'm coming from a genuine place, just thinking people are genuine and not allowing them at the time to earn that trust from me. Mm-hmm. So, I would say probably that, to just allow people to do that and then just kind of like still be myself, because you don't want to like not be you, because I'm very friendly and outgoing. I love to hug and all that kind of stuff. But, as far as like being, kind of trusting or whatever, I'd say like don't do that.
Tian, what's something you would tell your younger self about the industry and how challenging it could be?
Not to be so gullible and believe in people. Because I'm a person of my word. And when I say something, I mean it. And so when I was younger, I used to believe that they meant it too, because I was so serious. But my mom was like, honey, 9 times out of 10, people always let you down, even your family, honey. And boy, did I learn that lesson.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
Ladies, I don't want to take up any more of your time. We'll see you next Thursday. A couple of final things. Chili, thanks for all the stuff that you've done for against cyberbullying and Tian. If we had more time, I'd ask you about your support of adoption. And also, personally speaking, thank you for doing the job that my parents didn't have to do and scare me from having sex with the song Waterfalls, okay?
You're welcome. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you just made my entire week.
Well,
I know, you've been awesome.
When my dad Barry wanted to sit me down and I was going down to Ocean City, Maryland, he said, "Don't have any unsafe sex down there." I'm like, "Dad, do you know the Waterfall song? I'm not going near anybody ever."
That is hilarious.
Ladies, you rock.
Funny. I love it.
I won't take up more of your time. Maybe we'll catch up for a couple of minutes next week, and we welcome to see you here in Toledo. And have a great rest of your week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Awesome.